Hi friends. So I'm super excited about this project. It's a really quick and easy one. I'm using the Dollar Tree bamboo cutting board, and this is one of the larger ones, the newer size that they have, and I love them. They're a perfect surface to do so many things, especially Mod Podge, and that's what I'm doing right now, is spreading a good generous layer of Mod Podge all over it, making sure every edge and corner is touched. And I printed off some Christmas music, and I wish so bad I knew where I got it from. I've had it on my computer for a couple years, but you can find lots of free Christmas sheet music if you just do a Google search on the internet. So that's what I have here. I printed off one of them. I've actually got Oh Holy Night and Silent Night printed off. This one is Oh Holy Night, and I'm just going around all the edges with a wet paintbrush. And I made sure beforehand that this area would fit on my board. So I'm just getting it really wet, and then I will tear that section out, and it leaves a fuzzy kind of uneven edge, and I really like that look. So you'll see it here in a minute as soon as I get it really wet so it soaks through the layer of the paper. And by the way, I just printed this on regular printer paper. So now I'm just going to tear all around that edge wetness, the wet edge. And you can see it leaves an uneven look, and I love that. And it came out the perfect size, I think, for this board. And as you can see, I didn't paint this board beforehand. A lot of times I do, I'll paint it, and I probably will do more and paint that. But I just set it right in the middle of the wood board and kept it its natural color. Now I'm just using so I put parchment paper over first, and now I'm using my little travel iron that I got on Amazon, and just going over and over and over in it and making sure it's adhering to the board really, really well, especially making sure I get all those fuzzy edges. As soon as I know that that's adhered well, then I am done with that part of it. So now I'm going to use my Tim Holtz Distress Ink Oxide. It's in the color Vintage Photo. And first I was just going to go around the edge of the board, but I'm also going all around the edge of the image, the song, and getting that really, really rustic and worn and distressed look. And I really like this. It kind of gives it a little bit of, dimension, I guess. And now I'm using my twine, and I'm going to go around. I'm going to first glue a little bit of it. Before I did that, I decided I better put a layer of Mod Podge on top, because I didn't want the Distress Ink Oxide to stay where it would stain people's fingers or something. And I like what it did here. I was able to spread some of that color on top of the song, and it looks wonderful. I really like that worn, old, vintage look. And I did have a few bubbles, but as I dried it, I just kind of kept pushing it down, and they just kind of straightened themselves out. So now I'm using my twine and just gluing the end on the back, and I'm going to go around it 6 times. And then I'll just secure that end in the back, and also those ends that I have glued together, or right together, I want them glued together so they don't move. So I'm keeping this project pretty simple, so there's not a lot to it. But now I'm using this craft pick that has berries and pine cones on it. I got those on Amazon as well, so I'm sticking them right under all the layers of the twine, just gluing it on to secure it so it doesn't move. And now I'm going to wrap the twine around my fingers a few times, gather it in the middle, and then I cut off, leaving it a little bit longer so I can, and I moved off camera there. So I wrapped it around the middle probably 4 or 5 times, and I still had enough wet glue here. So I was able to just set it right on top of there and just kind of hold it until it's set up and held the twine where I wanted it. And then I'm using this, I've got this pine garland it's wired, and I got that on Amazon as well. So I'm just going to cut a couple pieces and stick it inside there. I thought it just needed a little bit more than what came on the pine pick. Last but not least, I've got these rusty jingle bells. Got these on Amazon as well. It comes in this size and a smaller size, some rusty stars, and rusty safety pins. So the link to these will be below as well. But first I tied some twine on. I envisioned in my head I'd have a little bow on top of the bell on top of all of this. But when I set it there, it just didn't look right. So I took the twine off and just glued the bell on. And I liked that look a lot better. But this worked up really quick. It was super quick and easy and inexpensive and so pretty. And I hope you like it. I hope it inspires you to Google search for some free Christmas sheet music and do something similar of your own. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And you have a whimsical day. And thank you so much. Appreciate it.